Okay, so have you ever been in a place like a control room, maybe watching a really critical live feed,
Uh-huh.
and then boom, there's that, momentary black screen when they switch sources?
Oh, yeah. Or like in a sports bar trying to watch multiple games.
Yeah,
That flicker.
exactly. Or maybe you've tried setting up a video wall and you're wrestling with, I don't know, processors and getting the edges lined up.
Yeah, bezel correction can be a real pain with separate boxes.
Right. That frustration, that little visual disconnect,
Yeah.
that's precisely what the piece of tech we're diving into today is built to, well, completely eliminate.
Sounds interesting.
It is. We're talking about the WolfPack 4K 60Hz 4x4 Seamless HDMI Matrix Switcher with Multiview, Videowall, and Web GUI. Quite a mouthful.
Definitely packs a lot into the name.
It does. And our mission today is basically to unpack all that. Cut through the technical terms,
Yeah.
give you clear, practical insights into what it does, how it works, and really how it transforms managing video.
So by the end, listeners should have a good handle on this thing.
Exactly. You'll be pretty well informed about a fairly sophisticated bit of AV gear. And just to be clear, all the info we're using comes straight from the product details on this specific WolfPack switcher.
Got it. Straight from the source.
Okay, let's get into it then. At its heart, an HDMI matrix switcher. Well, it's kind of the traffic cop for video signals, right?
Hmm. Connects multiple sources like cameras or players to multiple screens.
Lets you send any input signal to any output display. But the thing that makes this WolfPack model stand out right off the bat is what they call seamless switching.
Oh, okay. So no black screen.
None. It means totally instant, smooth transitions. You switch between any of the four inputs going to any of the four outputs, and there's zero interruption. No flicker, no blank screen.
And that's, yeah, it's more significant than it sounds. Seamless switching isn't just about looking polished.
Right.
In critical places like, say, that command center you mentioned, or a live broadcast control room, even a split-second flicker can break concentration.
Or you miss something vital.
Exactly. It disrupts focus. It can cause an information lag. So this seamless aspect, it's really foundational for keeping people, operators, or audiences fully engaged and aware. It cuts down the cognitive load.
That makes a lot of sense, keeping things smooth. But this WolfPack, it goes way beyond just that seamless point-to-point switching. It actually has three distinct video working modes.
Okay, so different ways it can operate.
Yeah, and these really expand what you can do with it. So first, you've got the basic matrix switcher mode.
The core function we just talked about.
Right. Effortlessly routes any of the four HDMI inputs to any of the four HDMI outputs. Simple, direct, very efficient.
Standard matrix stuff, but seamless.
Correct. Then, second mode, we have multi-view mode. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Ah, putting multiple pictures on one screen.
Exactly. It lets you display multiple video sources simultaneously on a single display. So you could be watching, say, 4 different camera feeds all on one monitor.
That's incredibly useful for monitoring. Security, live events.
Totally. And it gives you options for how they're laid out. 5 different layouts, actually. There's original, dual view, PIP, picture-in-picture,
Like a small window inside the main one.
Yeah. And then master and quad view, which shows all 4.
Quad view is probably the most common for monitoring multiple feeds.
Probably. Now, one key thing to note here, this multi-view capability. It's specifically for outputs 1 and 2 only.
Okay, good detail. So you can't do multi-view on all 4 outputs simultaneously with this unit, just the first 2.
Right. And the third mode is video wall mode.
Okay, so stitching screens together.
Yep. This lets you combine multiple screens to create one big unified display. Specifically, it supports a 2x2 video wall layout, 4 screens making one large image.
2x2 is a very common configuration.
It is, and what's really smart here are the built-in tools for setting it up. You can pick any input source for the video wall. You can configure bezel correction.
That compensates for the physical borders of the TVs.
Exactly, so the image looks continuous across the screens, hiding those distracting black lines.
That's crucial for a good video wall look. Usually needs extra processing.
Right. But it's built in here, and it even lets you rotate the image 180 degrees.
Why would you need that?
Well, think about setting up a 2x2 wall with regular TVs. The top row often has thicker bezels at the bottom.
Yeah.
If you flip the top 2 TVs upside down.
Then the thinnest bezels from all 4 screens meet in the middle. Clever.
Yeah. So that rotation feature makes it easier to use standard off-the-shelf TVs for a decent-looking video wall without special mounts or anything.
Connecting this to the real world, these modes offer some definite strategic places. Think about that, a multi-view on just outputs 1 and 2.
Okay.
That could really empower, say, a smaller control room. You consolidate fees without needing a huge bank of monitors or, expensive custom software. Makes lean operations more feasible.
Good point. Less hardware, less complexity.
And the video wall features, like the built-in bezel correction and that 180 flip, that simplifies video wall setup for people who aren't, seasoned AV pros.
Right. Makes it more accessible.
Exactly. It
Mhm.
sort of democratizes setting up these high-impact displays that used to require dedicated, complex external processors and specialized knowledge. It's not just showing pictures, it's making sophisticated setups easier and more efficient.
Yeah, that's a great point about making it accessible. I mean, back in the day, doing multi-view often meant, like you said, a whole rack of gear.
Oh yeah. Scalers, windowing processors.
This packs it all into one box.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. Okay, so moving beyond those core display modes, this switcher also has other important features, right? Things that boost performance and flexibility.
Usually these things have a few extra tricks up their sleeve.
Right, like audio de-embedding. It gives you both analog, like RCA jacks, and digital SPDIF audio outputs.
Okay, so you can strip the audio off the HDMI.
Yep. Specifically from outputs 1 and 2, same as the multi-view, and you can send that audio to a separate sound system, or maybe an audio mixer. Super useful.
Definitely. HDMI audio isn't always convenient to route externally.
Then there's some pretty robust advanced video processing built in. It can scale signals freely between basically any resolution from standard definition, 480p, all the way up to 4K at 60 hertz.
So it can match sources to displays even if they have different native resolution.
Exactly. And it handles conversions between SDR standard dynamic range and HDR high dynamic range. Plus, it can convert color space, chroma subsampling, color depth.
Wow, okay, that's quite a bit of processing power. Does it handle full 4.4.4 color?
It does. 4K at 60 hertz with 4.4.4 chroma subsampling. So you're getting the full, uncompressed color information, really important for like graphics work or medical imaging.
Absolutely critical for sharp text and fine detail. No color smearing.
And then there's EDID management. EDID, that handshake signal between the source and the display.
The thing that tells the source what the display can handle?
Mhm.
Yeah, it can be a source of major headaches sometimes.
Right. Well, this device tries to fix that. It has smart EDID presets, options to copy EDID from a connected display, and even ways to load custom EDID files.
So it basically helps ensure the source sends a signal the display actually likes.
Right.
Avoids those no signal or wrong resolution problems.
Precisely. It aims to bypass a lot of those frustrating compatibility issues you get in complex AV setups. And finally, for content protection, it supports HDCP 2.3.
The latest standard. Good.
Yeah, and it's fully backward compatible with older HDCP versions too.
For integrators setting these systems up, these features are, well, they're really important for reliability and future-proofing.
How so?
Well, the HDCP 2.3 means it's ready for modern 4K content from streaming boxes, Blu-ray players, whatever. You won't get blocked by copy protection.
Avoids the dreaded blank screen.
Exactly. And that advanced video processing, it ensures the best possible picture quality no matter what you plug into it or what display you connect it to. It smooths out those variations in resolution, color, dynamic range.
So it just works.
Ideally, yes. And that EDID management, as you said, is a massive time saver. It prevents those compatibility problems before they happen. It's all about keeping that signal path clean and reliable from source to screen.
Makes sense. And controlling all this power, how do you actually manage the switcher?
Good question. Front panel buttons.
Yep, front panel buttons are there, but you also get an IR remote control, RS232 serial control.
Okay, standard integration options.
A web user interface so you can control it from a browser on your network, and even TCP protocols for more advanced network control.
Wow, okay. That's comprehensive. Web UI is usually pretty convenient.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of flexibility in how you integrate and manage it, doesn't it?
It really does.
Oh, and one more thing. Firmware updates. You can update it through that web UI or through a dedicated micro USB port on the back.
Good. So it can be kept up to date as standards evolve or bugs are fixed. What's really potent about having all those control methods buttons, IR, RS232, Web, TCP, is the adaptability it provides. It means this one box can slot into almost any scenario. A simple standalone setup in a meeting room using just the remote. Fine.
Or a huge complex system in a stadium.
Exactly. Integrated into a sophisticated control system via RS232 or TCP/IP over the network. That flexibility means it can genuinely fit into and enhance pretty much any pro AV workflow.
Okay, let's quickly run through some of the key specs then, the numbers that define what this thing can do.
The nitty-gritty.
Yeah. Ports-wise, 4 HDMI inputs, 4 HDMI outputs, then the control and audio, 1 RS232 port, 1 LAN port for network control, 2 SPDIF digital audio outs, 2 analog audio outs.
For that de-embedding we talked about.
Right. 1 micro USB port for firmware, and the DC12V power input.
Standard stuff mostly, but good connectivity.
Signal type and resolution. It's HDMI, handles up to 4K at 60 Hz with that 4.4.4 color, supports a really wide range of resolutions, common ones like 1080p 3840 by 2160, which is UHD 4K, and even 4096 by 2160 or DCI 4K.
And various refresh rates?
Yep, 24, 25, 30, 50, 59.94, 60 Hz. Pretty much covers all the bases for video formats.
Good audio formats.
Full support for HDMI 2.0 audio, so PCM stereo, 5.1, 7.1 surround, Dolby True HD, Dolby Atmos, DTS HD Master Audio, DTSX.
All the main high-res and immersive formats.
Yeah, plus specific formats listed for the analog and SPDIF outputs, mainly stereo PCM.
Okay, max data rate.
18 gigabits per second. That's the maximum for HDMI 2.0.
Which you need for that 4K 60 Hz 4.4.4 signal.
Exactly. Physically, it's pretty compact, about 215 millimeters wide, 42 high, 140 deep, weighs 1.2 kilograms.
This is not huge. Rack mountable probably, maybe half width.
Seems likely, maybe with shelf ears. And power consumption is max 16 watts. Pretty efficient.
Yeah, that's low.
Huh.
Looking at those specs together, what really jumps out is, like you said, the commitment to high performance.
Yeah.
4K 64.4.4 and 18 GBPs.
The top end for HDMI 2.0.
Right. It means your high-quality 4K signal isn't going to get squashed or compromised going through the switcher.
Yeah.
You avoid those weird visual artifacts or sync issues.
And the audio support means you're not losing sound quality either.
Exactly. It's also probably worth mentioning the source material notes that HDTV Supply, Inc. is a 24-year global home for AV gear, and that WolfPack is their registered trademark and an HD-based alliance adopter.
Right. What does that tell us?
Well, it adds a layer of credibility, doesn't it? Suggests they're an established player, and being an HD-based adopter indicates they're involved with industry standards, even if this particular box isn't HD-based itself. It just paints a picture of a reputable source.
Okay, good context. So wrapping this up then, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener?
What does it all mean?
Yeah, I think the key thing is that this WolfPack switcher, it's way more than just a simple signal splitter or router.
Definitely not just a basic matrix.
No, it's really a powerful, very versatile hub for managing high-res video and audio. It enables pretty sophisticated setups like that multi-source monitoring or those impressive video walls.
All from one relatively compact device.
Right, it packs a lot of punch.
Maybe a final thought to leave people with. Think about how these capabilities, seamless switching, multi-source display, easy video walls, how they're already subtly changing experiences all around us.
How so?
Well, in those professional control rooms, sure, but also in public spaces. Digital signage, sports bars, museums, presentation halls. This kind of smooth, flexible video control is becoming the norm.
Right, we just expect it now.
We do. So the question for you, the listener, might be, what possibilities could this level of precise, seamless video control unlock for you? In your work, maybe, or even personal projects. What new creative or efficiency gains could you achieve with this kind of tool?
That's a great question, and that really is the goal of the deep dive, isn't it? To go beyond just the what the tech is and explore the so what.
Yeah, the potential impact.
Right. What does it mean for your applications? So we definitely encourage you to think about those broader implications, how technology like this WolfPack switcher empowers new ways to see, share, and interact with all the visual information around us.